When Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, arrived in Medina, he found a city recovering from tribal divisions and rivalries. The Muhajirun, immigrants from Makkah, had left behind their homes, wealth, and families for the sake of faith. The Ansar, the helpers of Medina, were known for their generosity and devotion to Islam. Through divine guidance and the Prophet's leadership, these two groups, once strangers, became one united Ummah. The Muhajirun arrived with little but faith. Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, immediately understood that the newcomers needed not only shelter, but support, protection, and a sense of community. He, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, gathered the Muslims of Medina and established the al-Mu'aqah, the Brotherhood Pact, pairing each Muhajir with an Ansari to create bonds of faith, support, and mutual care. The Prophet, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, paired each Muhajir with an Ansari, ensuring that every immigrant had a protector and a home. He, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, instructed, "You are brothers. You will support one another. Your wealth, your home, and your heart are shared for the sake of Allah." Ibn Sa'd, Tabaqat al-Kubra. This act established a system of social, spiritual, and economic support that strengthened the early Muslim community. Among the most cited examples is Sa'd ibn al-Rabi', who was an Ansari, and Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf, a Muhajir. Ibn Hisham records, Sa'd offered to divide his wealth and even suggested one of his wives to Abd al-Rahman to provide him support. Abd al-Rahman replied that he only needed a place to live and a market to earn a livelihood. This demonstrates the balance of generosity and dignity that defined the early brotherhood. Other prominent pairings included Abu Bakr, may Allah be pleased with him, with Kharija ibn Zayd, may Allah be pleased with him, and other Muhajirun with Ansar, creating alliances that provided protection, sustenance, and mutual care. These bonds became the backbone of the nascent Muslim society and strengthened the Ummah's resilience. The Qur'an highlights the Ansar's selfless nature, and they give food in spite of love for it to the needy, the orphan, and the captive, saying, "We feed you only for the countenance of Allah. We wish not from you reward or gratitude." Qur'an Surah 76 verses 8 to 9. Similarly, Qur'an Surah 59 verse 9 praises the Ansar, and also for those who were settled in the city and adopted the faith before them. They love those who emigrated to them and give them preference over themselves, even though they are in need. This reflects the ethical and spiritual foundation of their support for the Muhajirun. Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, inspired the Ansar to show compassion, prioritize faith, and support the Muhajirun. He, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, said, "If the Ansar took their way through a valley or a mountain pass, I would take Ansar's valley, and but for the migration, I would have been one of the Ansar." As mentioned in Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 3779, his guidance encouraged acts of kindness, protection, and faith-driven solidarity. Through the Brotherhood, the Muhajirun regained security and hope. Figures like Abd al-Rahman ibn Auf became prosperous traders, Talha and Zubayr thrived in business, Ali ibn Abi Talib, may Allah be pleased with him, found protection and a home, and Hamza ibn Abdul Muttalib, may Allah be pleased with him, became a defender of Islam. The early Muslims were no longer isolated refugees. They were citizens, partners, and defenders of a thriving community. The Brotherhood taught several timeless lessons. Faith unites hearts beyond blood or wealth. Sacrifice strengthens community welfare. Love and support for others are essential for a thriving Ummah. Prophet Muhammad, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, set a blueprint for Muslim societies, emphasizing moral, spiritual, and social cohesion. Not every pairing was easy. Differences in culture, habits, and personal needs required patience and guidance. But under the Prophet's, may Allah's peace and blessings be upon him, leadership, these trials reinforced the bonds of faith-based brotherhood. The Brotherhood of Ansar and Muhajirun was more than friendship. It was a covenant sealed by faith and sacrifice. It turned refugees into citizens, strangers into brothers, and laid the foundation for a thriving, resilient Islamic society.